Hello, everyone, and welcome to the concession stand here on the KB Radio Network. I am your host, Kevin Reed, and this is the review of Sony Pictures' new animated film, GOAT. Just in time for NBA All-Star Weekend that just passed. This is a sports comedy film that stars Caleb McLaughlin, fresh off of Stranger Things. He is the lead in this film. Starring alongside of him, Gabrielle Union, Pierre, David Harbour, also Stranger Things alum, Nick Kroll, Jenifer Lewis, a Partridge in a Pear Tree. But also you have Steph Curry himself starring alongside. He's also a producer on this animated film. And in this film, GOAT, who inspires to become the greatest of all time, takes part of a basketball-like sport known as roarball. This is a basketball type thing, and it's in the same animation style as Spider-Man Across the Universe, into the Spider-Verse. I say universe, but into the Spider-Verse and whatnot. And I was curious about it because, huge fan of the Spider-Man animated films and that animation style. So to see a basketball type animated film in that style, like, okay, sign me up. If we could see Spider-Man swinging from buildings in that style, I'd love to see these animals playing basketball and dunking and flying through the air in this style as well. I also, being a basketball fan, I wanted to see a good basketball movie. I haven't seen a good basketball movie, honestly, since White Man Can't Jump. And I'm not talking about that monstrosity of a remake that came out a couple of years ago. I'm talking about the original with Wesley Snipes and Woody Harrelson. And so I've been waiting for years to see a good basketball film. And granted, going into this, I knew that this wasn't for a late 40-year-old man. I know this is a kid's film. It's an animated film. I knew it wasn't going to set the world on fire as far as storytelling. So with all that being said, did I enjoy GOAT? I didn't. I honestly, I didn't. It's not bad. It's not a bad movie, but it wasn't exciting at all. It was nothing fun about it. I found myself surprisingly bored through a large portion of this movie. I honestly found myself looking at my watch more times than I could count. And, it's a little disappointing because I was a tad bit excited for this movie. I wanted to see how this all played out. Now, not to rag on it too much, I did enjoy some qualities about it. I like the voice cast. Caleb McLaughlin, I believe I'm saying his last name right. I think he did decent as the voice of Will Harris, the GOAT, who we are following through this story. It was good, but the standout in my eyes as far as voice acting is concerned was Gabrielle Union. She stood out the most to me as the character of Jet Fillmore. I loved her character. I loved her performance as this character, and I also loved the aspect that you have a female as the best roarball player. This is a I guess you could say animal version of the NBA. This isn't the WNBA or anything like that. It's all intergender. And so I love the fact that the best basketball player in this sport was a female. It was really good. Plus, she's a Black Panther, which helped. The rest of the voice cast was pretty good. I thought they cast well. Pierre as the quote unquote antagonist or the villain in this film as a main attraction. I liked his style. Of course, I like Pierre. I'm super excited to see what he does in Lanterns. But before we get to that, this stood out to me, and he's no stranger to voiceover. He was a voice in the Musafa Lion King prequel, which I didn't watch, but I heard it was good. I heard that he was good. That movie just did not appeal to me. But besides all that, the rest of the voice cast was fine. The animation itself, I wasn't mad at the animation. I thought it looked vibrant and it popped. Every arena looked different. You know, it had its own signature to it. I felt that vibe from it, and it was exciting. But the basketball, aside to the end of the movie, all the rest of the basketball games that they showed, it it wasn't enough of it. It was like clips, you know, little flashes through, and I don't know if that was a choice, creatively or budgetary wise, but they didn't really show much of the basketball throughout that I was hoping to see. Even so, even if you didn't, at least have a good story to go along with it. This is a story that we've seen time and time again. Basically, a passing of a torch type situation. You know, with Jet Fillmore passing the torch over to Will Harris here, and then the small man. You know, me being 5'6", you would think that I would gravitate to this character more, especially when I play basketball. I know that feeling, getting on the court with people that are 6, 7, 8 inches taller than you and trying to hold you on. I get all that, but it didn't connect. It really did not connect. They didn't do a good job of showing the struggle for Caleb. You know, they tried to explain it away in certain scenes and whatnot, but never once did I feel that Will Harris was, you know, in over his head. And that's the point of the movie. At least that's the point of the story. You would want to get over, and him overcoming that and becoming the GOAT. But that wasn't the case. From the moment go, he was a beast. He was the best on the court. And I'm like, okay, that's all fine and good, but where is the conflict here? It wasn't much conflict. Most of the conflict came with his teammate, that being Jet, who was really holding him back. And you know, I don't know, that's just not what I was expecting as far as storytelling is concerned. But I mean, overall, it was a decent film. Like I said, this movie wasn't directed towards me or my demographic, so I give it a little pass on all that. I can honestly see where kids will enjoy this movie, and that's who it's aimed for, and that's what it's supposed to be. But it would have been nice to have had some type of connective tissue to the adult audience as well. But as far as the kid in me, I was pleased. You know, there was a lot of bright colors that kept my eyes on the screen, and it was cute. It had a little funny, cute moments throughout, and so all those boxes were checked. So if you're looking for something to bring the kids to go watch and sit down for an hour and a half and enjoy, this is a good movie for that. Now, if you want to be entertained, I don't think the adult in you will be excited after leaving this film, but that's not why you went to see it. GOAT, which is currently in theaters, gets a letter grade of a C+. But that's just one man's opinion. I would like to know your opinion of GOAT. Did you enjoy it? Did you like it? Did your kids like it? Let me know. Email the show, kbradiopodcast@gmail.com. You could also search for the show on all social media platforms. Just search for the KB Radio Network. Also, don't forget about YouTube. Subscribe to the KB Radio Network channel and like this video if you don't mind. Don't forget about the 5 stars, the reviews, and sharing this show if you're listening on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, wherever you are currently listening to the concession stand here on the KB Radio Network. Everybody, thank you for joining me for this review of Sony Pictures' new animated film, GOAT. Want you all to know that I love you, continue to love everyone, and until we speak again, you all be blessed.